Hi, you're watching BloomrPulse. My name is Royce and I'm co-hosting with Pam. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Royce.
Wow, it's been a while.
Yeah, it has. I'm actually quite excited to be here because today is my wedding anniversary.
Wedding anniversary,
Yeah.
and we especially got you here today because it's about family and we got two amazing guests with us. So please introduce yourselves.
Hello guys, that's Midi, Midi for real. I'm a content creator. I'm from China and currently living in Singapore.
Nice, welcome.
Hi guys, my name is Fadli. I'm from Ria, and I'm a father of 1 + 1 on the way.
Okay, so since we're on the topic of having kids, can we just introduce ourselves and how many kids do we have?
Hi, I'm Pam and I have 2 kids. They are 2 years old. One was adopted, one was fostered. And unfortunately, their lifespan is only 2 years. So we'll see how that goes. I'm talking about my hamsters, by the way.
Yeah, we were just wondering.
Yeah. I'm a parent. You know that term?
Yes, Paul.
Parent.
Alright.
Yeah, we like us pet owners like to make ourselves feel very relevant.
Oh.
Yeah, so parent because they all have paws.
It's like those meow me kind, is it?
Meow, woof, everything lah. It's
Do
not
they
about
have
paw.
pets accounts on IG?
I do, but I don't lah. I'm very shy. I don't want to let you all know my pet account.
Okay,
Yeah.
Midi.
Hi, I have one real kid. Not hamster, but one real
How dare you
human being.
invalidate her feelings?
Yeah, he's only 4 months old now. So I give birth like beginning of this year. Yeah.
And look at her transformation, so skinny, amazing.
Mummies need to hear that. Please say more.
So you have 2.
Yes, I have one. Is currently 1.5 years old, and my wife is currently pregnant with my second one. I think about 6 months in already, going to the last
Wow.
trimester already. Yeah.
Ooh,
Very exciting,
Looking
right?
forward, and of course me, I'm still a kid, so one uncounted. Okay, anyway, so since we're on the topic of kids, right?
Yes.
How was it like growing up? Because I know we are of like different ages.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So Pam, are you the youngest here?
I would assume so. Okay, so I was born in 1999.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
that would mean
younger.
that I'm
What were you doing
23.
in 1999?
Yeah, what were you doing in 1999?
Primary school, kindergarten.
I think I primary 1
Wow.
Primary school also.
Primary
Okay
school,
lah, not that bad lah. It's not that bad. You all make it sound like it's very far apart like that.
It is far apart.
It's
Primary school
not.
again.
It is far apart.
90s, right? All 90s,
As in
right?
when
Yes.
you were a kid, you can play like phones and all already.
No, not yet. My first Sonic Ericsson, the Flip one, was in primary 1.
Hey, you primary 1, you already got flip phone. I primary 1, okay, got nothing also.
Yeah, I only got flip
Our
phone when I
phone
was
had
in
no
secondary
colour last
school.
time.
But you all never asked. My phone don't have SIM card.
It's
And
a
then?
toy one,
It's
is
a
it?
toy one lah. It's just
okay,
it's
okay.
just the extra spare phone that I bring to school. But yeah, growing up, I think I was very adventurous, but I was also very stubborn.
Ooh.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to review too much yet lah. I want to see what your experiences first. Then I decide for myself if I can review
Just
more.
tell us lah. You must let our guests feel comfortable in sharing.
Okay. So one time, right, I'm very curious even as a kid. So I asked my mom, why are cats able to fit into very like tiny areas? Because I watched Catwoman. Then she squeezed herself through the gate or something. So when I asked my mother that question, she knew I was going to do something already.
Yeah.
And then like 3 months later, you know how some like exercise corners, they have the green barricades? I fit my head through the barricade
Oh my.
and started screaming because I couldn't get back out. So she was on the verge of calling SCDF, right? But she did what any mother would do.
Pull you.
Pull you
No.
out
She
first.
pulled me out and then she scolded me. So she put her fingers in and then she like grabbed my head.
Oh, at least she can pull you out.
Yeah, she can pull me out, but her fingers
Good
all like very
skills.
bruised lah.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry. I was in shock, but I was also very satisfied that my theory was right. I can also fit through the.
But cannot get back out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. So I think that sums up my childhood lah.
Messy situation.
Messy situations. That's how I ended up here today.
Nice.
But what about you guys? Midi?
Okay, I grew up in a family that is super traditional. Yeah, and it's like a typical Asian Chinese parents. So they have a lot of like expectation on me. Like for example, if you can get grade A in school, don't give me grade B, that kind.
Oh my.
Yes, correct. So I remember got one time, right, then I got, like, the full mark is 100. Then I got 98. I was quite happy already. Then my mom scolded me. She said, why you make mistake that like that? If you can be more careful a little bit, you can get 100. Yeah. So like she's only focusing on that 2 marks that I missed instead of the 98 marks that
That
I
you got right.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So it's like a very typical Chinese Asian parent. Yeah, so I grew up don't dare to make a lot of mistakes, and then always try to push my limit, get as higher marks as possible, which I find it very unnecessary at this stage right now. Looking back, yeah.
So do you feel like it shaped you growing up? Like it makes you more like kiasu in a sense?
I wouldn't say kiasu, but I would say like I always unconsciously compare myself to other people. It's like because the
Even
parents
till now?
Now it's better.
Okay.
Like last time, because the parents always say, "Oh, you look at the kids from our neighborhood. She can get the full marks. Then she can dance, she can sing, she can do everything. Then she's like the parents are so proud of her. You know, it's like they always compare me with other people when I'm making any mistakes or when I'm doing, even if I do something good, but they still compare me. Like they can always find someone better. Yeah, that kind. So
is
it's
that
a
will continue down to your kid in the future?
I cannot guarantee that. I would say because this one is so second nature. But I'm trying to changing. I'm trying to change all of these because I find it a little bit unhealthy, and then also I think at this age sounds like I'm too old, but at this age, right, I feel like the worst thing we can do is to compare ourselves to other people. Yeah, because everybody got their own pace. And some people only find their passion like in their 40s, 50s, 60s, right?
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
True.
Then some people can find their passion at 10 years old.
Yes.
So you cannot compare one. Yeah.
It's different for everyone.
Yes, correct. So if our life pace is different, why would we compare our current situation to other people? Yeah. So I'm trying to change that, and then try not to compare my son to other kids, but it's very hard lah. It's like, sometimes you'll be, my son, how come my son cannot smile when he was when he was 1 month old, right? Then I was like, how come my son cannot smile, but other people's son like can smile already? Smile so loud,
And
like
can look at the camera.
yes, can look at the camera. I was so worried. Yeah, so these kind of things I'm still trying to change. Inside.
Nice. It must be a tough journey being a mother.
Yes.
Now that you have learned to be a new mom, and now you can see how tough it is that your mother has brought you up, right?
Yes, correct. They say only you can only understand mom when you yourself
Become
become
Yes.
a mom.
My mother always says that also. She say you only understand what it's like
That's
to be a
true.
mother when
That's
you
true.
be a mother.
That's true.
Really?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Because now I I think the most stupid thing I've done is that I always check my son's breath because I scared that anything happened to him. Yeah, it's just like woke up in the middle out of nowhere, then check to see whether
Like
he's
when they're still
breathing or
breathing.
not.
Not bad breath, like still breathing.
No.
Like when you check a grandmother when she sit on the rocking
See
chair,
his
you must
tummy
still
is
breathing
like
or
up
not.
and down or
Yes.
not. Yeah, correct.
She's like,
I have a confession.
Same thoughts as Royce, because we're not parents yet, right? So we cannot relate to this. I also thought bad breath outside.
No, he haven't reached the age that he needs to brush teeth.
Right.
No
Okay.
teeth yet,
No
no
teeth
teeth
yet,
yet.
no teeth
Yes.
yet. Yeah.
Then how is it for you? Do
Yeah.
you feel like you understand your father a lot better now?
Actually, after becoming a dad, then only I can understand what my late dad, used to do, the way his ways and everything. Because I think same like Midi, I was brought up in a way like, I was the first child, I was the first grandson.
Same.
Yeah, so
First grandson.
expectation was like really, really high back then.
Wow.
So it was like my late dad, he had this, he always educated us with like an iron fist. It's like the stereotypical, boys cannot cry. Anything happen to you, you cannot cry. Like you fall down, you get back up. Yeah, so like at such a young age, I was like quite exposed to martial arts and everything. So
Wow.
reason being, I didn't really like martial art back then, but my late dad used to tell my mom, you want our boys to become aqua, go up. So he it's like that kind of mentality. I mean, nothing against it, but
Oh,
that
like
is just
boys must be manly lah.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So that I felt, it really contributed a lot to my upbringing now. It was quite painful in a sense because I always had like a different thought process. I always feel like there's always another way to it. But that was the only way probably that he knew back then.
Correct.
Yeah. So at that point of time when all of it was happening, if it's one distinct memory that I had of him, which till date I will never forget how it felt, was my first national competition, my first national silat competition. So it was my first time going up against fighters from other clubs,
Wow.
So it was really an experience. So I thought that, okay, probably it would be the same as to how, my fellow teammates, how they would react quality-wise and everything. But it was a total different ball game, and I lost. I lost my first fight. I lost, and as I was walking out, I could see my friends who lost at the same time. Their dads were like, "Hey, it's okay. Son, it's okay. You know what? Train harder. You can try again next year." But my dad instead, what he did was, I still remember it was at the old Bedok Stadium, opposite PCC that side. He just shouted at me, "You go wear skirt ah!" Straight at my face. "You go wear skirt ah!" So I was really like depressed, at that point of time, because I didn't know how to channel that loss. It was like my first loss. Like I was like, hey, I didn't know what was this? And then suddenly he just mounted that off to me. I was, okay, I went, like, truth be told, I went behind the stadium, I cried. I cried big time.
Wow.
Yeah, but thankful that my mom was there. She saw everything, so she kind of like instilled this thinking of, you know what, anything that happened, there has to be like a positive outcome out of it. So she said, you know what, use that as motivation for your next year. So true enough, next year, train hard. I won the medal, became champion. I threw it at him while he was watching TV. I still remember that. I came home, like, I just threw the medal in front of him. He just looked at me. Typical Malay bapa he just looked at you. Then I was like, nothing like, no, like, good job or what. He just like,
I think it's a very tough love kind of parent.
Yes.
Yeah. So my late dad was that. My late was that. But like it or not, we were quite loggerheads. I really if it wasn't for my wife, actually, if it wasn't because for my wife, I wouldn't have like meant things with him. Yeah, so I'm just thankful that before he actually passed on, I managed to like make amends with him, like relationship-wise, try to be better with him. And I believe that in terms of bringing up my kid now, there are certain things which I would keep, certain things that I won't. There are certain things I would just like, you know what, there's always another way to it lah. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much that is how my dad kind of brought me up lah. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Very.
Well, two different kinds of parenting styles.
What
But
about
now,
you?
yeah,
What about you?
me, my parents are quite lax. Like, let me do whatever I want. Because like since young, I've always been in touch with the arts. I like to perform. I like to do drama. So I guess my parents are like, oh, just do whatever you want lah. Makes
That's
you
why
happy.
you end up like that, right?
Yeah, noisy. They try to send me to like speech and drama academy.
No need.
for
Why
one
they
lesson.
want to waste money
Yeah,
sending
then
you?
the
No need
coach
what?
was like, don't need come anymore already. He's too noisy already. Because it's meant to like let people speak up and
But
be
you
more
but you
confident.
talk too much, then other people cannot speak up, right?
Next lesson, I was the coach already.
Oh wow!
No. But I mean, like, they're more, I guess, open in that sense. But, after a while, in our line of work, we are more considered like freelancers. So
Correct.
they were like, okay, never mind, just do what you like. Because I think they just saw like, I was just very persistent and passionate about what I do. So I think in that sense, I'm very thankful for my parents.
But did they ever try to shape your career towards the corporate side?
Yeah, because when I was in uni, every of my summer holidays, like all of my peers were like, oh, I'm going to intern in this bank, intern in that marketing firm or whatever. Then they were like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm hosting like on stage. Then they were like, oh, you're not going to look for a job? I was like, no. Then the whole of 3 months, I was just like, every weekend, I'm just like hosting a roadshow.
Wow.
So after a while, I think I just like ignore them.
But your parents were fine, like you didn't have to hide from them or what?
Hide from them? No, they come down and support me.
Wow!
Yeah, as in like, because I couldn't hide because at the sense, because we always try to block our parents on IG, but they always find a way to create a new account to follow us back, right?
That is true.
At the point of time, I was still like putting on my IG, oh, come and support me, where.
Then they actually show up lah.
Then they will come and take photo, like randomly bring a herbal tea. Oh, feel like crying. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that one I'm thankful. So I mean, like, obviously, they are still traditional parents, have traditional mindsets, but then in this like aspect of whatever I do or I'm passionate about, they are like supportive. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I only tell my parents that I'm playing TikTok like 2 months ago.
Oh.
After playing for
I
1
saw
year and
that.
a half.
I saw that.
Yeah, correct. So last time my parents are quite traditional. Though they don't understand social media. They don't understand there's this job that can create content. They don't understand that. So in their mind, right, they want me to go to corporate and be in a good big company, good big bank, whatever you do. Yeah, just tell them you do finance. They are very happy already.
Because they think of it as stability, right?
Yes, correct. So actually, I was in a corporate after I graduated. Yeah, for a few years. So now I'm doing this content creation. Then only 2 months before, like right before I left China, right, I came back Singapore too. I delivered my baby in China. So then I told them, I'm playing TikTok. But I was out of my surprise, right? Immediately accept it.
Wow.
Yeah, because I feel my parents.
Because she showed them the bank account anyway.
no lah, because show them the views. So actually they realized I am a different me also. And I realized that my parents are learning their kind of, I wouldn't call it mistake lah, but learn their way of parenting throughout these years also. And I feel that they realize it is not a very effective way to teach me things. So throughout these years, right, actually becoming more encouraging. Instead of my mom scolding me for not getting that too when I was young, right, she now keep encouraging me. She now keep complimenting me.
Wow,
so the little
so
things
sweet.
I did, I share to my family. It's like, so proud of you.
Oh, so sweet.
I cannot believe I got a daughter like you. And
you're
this
so
kind.
sweet.
Yeah. So she changed her parenting style. Yeah, that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why I dare to tell them that I'm.
Is it maybe also because she sees that you're happier, more
Yes,
free and easy?
exactly. And also I'm married, so they say they feel like they're the control power should pass on to my husband instead of they are controlling me.
That's how my mother feels also. Now whenever I do something, she's like, not within my control already. It's not my problem anymore.
Yeah. It's your husband's
Correct.
responsibility.
Correct.
Huh,
No, but
really?
that's-
It only shifts when you are like married lah. That's why I'm still gonna control right now.
Yeah, a
So
bit.
whenever my parents want to tell me something, right, they're always trying to tell my husband first. Yeah,
Wow.
so they feel
The
like
chain of command.
yes, correct.
No, but it's so
correct.
sweet though, for
Yes.
them to be so considerate.
Yes, especially my mom. She always call my husband
Wow.
without letting me know. It's like a private conversation between
They're best
two of
friends
them.
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah,
That's the best thing that could ever happen,
bestie.
though.
Okay, so based on your experience with your parents and their parenting styles, did you guys want to have kids before you were married?
Yes, definitely. Because I'm a very traditional Chinese woman deep down inside also. So I always have a kids plan in my life. Yeah, and my parents also, they are quite a love model. Like they respect and love each other. And there's very little, I'm very lucky that it's very little family drama in my life. And then always my parents teach me how to love unconditionally to their partners. Yeah,
Wow.
so I always want to continue that tradition, continue that love line to have
Yeah.
my own love family.
It sounds like there was a lot of love imparted onto you.
Yes, correct. But I would say that my parents is one of the reasons that I want to have kids. But my husband is also another very important reason. Because I feel that as a wife, right, the highest level of love to a husband is I want to have a kid with you. Because having kid nowadays is so tiring. If I married but I don't love my husband that much, right, I won't be this fast kid. I will think about it first.
It sounds really very loving, I love this kind of stories. It makes me like, whoa. But I'm not going to have a kid yet. Not yet.
Haven't inspired you enough yet?
No, it's not that. It's not inspiring,
Not now.
okay. Not now.
Inspire you a bit
A bit.
closer to the journey.
Overall
Correct.
is loving, but actually every day got a lot
Have
of
lah.
issue,
But I think the bigger picture stems from love.
Yes.
And then it's the fact that you want to impart that to your kid also.
yes, correct.
How about you?
For me, actually, growing up, I've always wanted kids lah. Because I love kids. Like generally, with all my cousins, my nieces, my nephews, like I just love to be around them. Like I don't just something about being around kids just makes me so happy. But for me, personally, like why I wanted kids is because growing up, I always felt like what I shared before. That I always felt there's always another way to parent a kid. I always felt that you don't have to be tough love all the way. Like that method, okay, it probably work, and probably like, okay, I give it to you, that's the only way that you knew. Yep. And for me, I always wanted to like, okay, let's try this. Let's try this method, a different approach to bring up our kids. And also, yeah, I just feel that being a father is one of my dreams lah. At quite a young age, actually, that it's a feeling that some people actually been wanting to, but for me, if I'm blessed with that opportunity, I shouldn't complain and just enjoy every single moment of it lah. Yeah, that's for me.
Nice.
Very sweet
Pam,
leh.
How about
Why?
you? Do you want to have kids?
I want 5.
Wow.
5.
Five.
Wow.
Last time I wanted 11 eh.
Okay,
What, soccer team ah?
You
Soccer team.
give birth to one first,
Yeah.
and you wait and see.
So that's what a lot of people tell me. They say start with 1,
Yeah.
but I say no, start with 2 first. So hopefully my first one is twins.
Oh.
But you know why or not? Okay, so let me explain it to you.
Okay.
Okay. I grew up with a very open-minded mom, and that was only because my grandparents were very strict with her. So she's like the next generation, right? Who decided, okay, you know what? Being strict is not the best sometimes. So she decided to create her own style of parenting, and that inspired me a lot, you know, because I was like, wow, to have someone who really understands you and backs you up in any situation and really corrects you right and wrong. It's really like having someone to support you throughout your whole life, you know, without you even asking for it. And I think that's a given lah. So I want to be able to do that for my kids also.
Yeah.
But not now lah. Now I still want to travel the world, talk to my husband about other things.
Yeah. But actually, it's a quick question. Why 11?
Other than soccer team.
No, because
Should I be the coach?
No.
I mean, like, because I normally the number is always a single digit. You know, like this is the
Correct.
first time I'm actually hearing a double digit.
Okay, so the reason why I wanted 11 kids, right, was because I just thought, wow, if I have a big house, I'm very scared to have empty rooms. I'm scared of ghosts. So I just want to make
How
sure that
big is your house?
Three in one room, 3 in one room, and rest of all in the living room, kitchen, everywhere.
Correct. No, because I wanted those kind of like landed house last time. Then I was like, wow, very big, but then I scared of ghosts, so must fill up the rooms. Yeah, so I thought 11, okay lah. Then if got one extra, can sleep with me or whatever.
Oh.
I very simple-minded one.
it's
Then
so
what about
tiring.
you, Royce? Do you want kids?
I guess I'm the opposite end of the spectrum. So I think different lifestyle, different kind of like mindsets. If you are the kind that want to travel the world, live life to the fullest. I mean, fullest.
Why you must look at me?
No, I'm just saying, because you're still on the journey, you can decide for yourself. So if you want to be on my path, then join me lah. But if, because if you want to live life to the fullest, can you imagine all my friends, right? As example, I have a few friends, even with those with pets. 10 p.m. they were like, I need to go back already to feed my dog. I need to go back to feed my cat. I need to go back to feed my child or whatever. So I think their life stops at 10 p.m. outside. They have to go back in already.
Yeah.
So whereas my lifestyle, my life starts
After 10.
after 10. So I do want to live life to the fullest lah, whichever the definition might be.
No lah, but that's true. I think people should be able to decide for themselves. Like for me also, right, I want like a few years before I have kids, so that when it's actually time for me to be responsible, I don't feel like, in my early 20s, I didn't get to go out after 10. Then I see Roy's IG story, I sad. But fair enough. Maybe next time I get you hamsters. Hamsters very little commitment one.
Yes.
You go out
Having
after 10, they very
kids
happy.
is a commitment, so you must think responsibly before you commit to it.
If you want to like agak whether or not you should get kids, right, get a pet first. See if you can like take care of it or not. Then
See
kids is
what
totally
kind of
different.
person you are. Because last time, right, I thought I will be a strict mother. But actually, wow, my son cry, I cannot. 1 second, I run into the room, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, recently we engaged sleep training. So I'm actually sleep training my son. But it's so difficult for me because you need to let the baby sleep on his own. So
Correct.
so to start the journey, right, I cannot. I stand outside the room, I heartbreak, you know. Wow, that kind of feeling.
Aiyo.
Yeah, and my husband is the one that, okay lah, let him cry lah, it's okay. Like, he's just crying only, physically cry only. Let him cry, he's fake one, he just want your attention.
Yes, I heard from my friends that actually when they hear cry, right, they will wait for like 10 minutes first.
I
Because the
think
moment
I
you
cannot
rush
leh.
into it, right, the baby next time when something happens again, they'll cry immediately again to
My
get
husband
attention.
stop me, really.
I cannot leh. I feel like I will also rush
Must
in
lock
one,
her
you know.
up in the room. Right?
Yeah.
Cannot-
Like I say, like you may have a thinking of, I want to be this parent, but when you have your own, sometimes most of the time, is you are like a total opposite.
Yes,
So I think I
correct,
could relate to what what you did and everything. My nieces practically grew up, so it was like training for me. So okay, this is a little bit too. I don't know whether it grows or not lah. So throughout their 2 years, while I was still staying, they were staying with me and everything. Believe it or not, I couldn't change their wet diapers at all. Like the smell of it, when I had my son, right, it was like, I don't know how, I was total, like suddenly auto.
Really?
It was like
The
really
smell
auto.
is the most pleasant smell.
Oh, it's
Yes.
like you smelling your own. You cannot. There's no smell, but
Yes.
everyone
You
else can
see-
smell yours.
You see all the shit that is like just like how to say like how to say-
Perfume, fragrance.
Yeah, perfume,
Oh.
fragrance on your clothes.
Sure
This
is.
is
Yeah.
the
Interesting.
It's the best color
I am
ever.
shocked.
Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
like that. So like when I became a parent, it's like really everything just auto. Then I was surprised. Like at one period of time, I think I have a video in my phone. I was like, am I really doing this? Wow, I think being a parent really changed me into a person, or probably I never thought I could be that person.
Okay, so for me, right, first of all, what you need to consider is, of course, financial.
Yep,
Because
yep.
raising a baby, especially in Singapore, is expensive. Yeah. You need to have, like, for example, those people who have confinement nanny when the baby was born, diaper money, milk powder money, and then, sometimes your house is too small and you need to change a bigger house, the housing money, and then you buy the stroller, you buy the baby car, you buy everything. That's all the money. Really, it's just like baby is this small, but actually in my house, right, half of the space is contributed to the baby of all his stuff. His baby toy, a lot of things.
Diapers, very huge, yes.
Diapers, 3-pack, it can occupy a huge space already. Yeah, so before that, right, you need to think that whether you are financially prepared. Yeah, because raising baby is really, really huge amount of money. And then second of all, are you mentally ready to have a baby? Yeah. So for example, I am still in a stage, let's say I want to party every night. Like, why is...
Oh,
I want to party all night. I want to drink all night. And then I don't want to commit to anything that make me go home earlier. Yes, correct. So under that circumstances, don't have a baby first. Yeah. And then third of all, I would say is that do you have enough help or not? Because the old saying is that it takes a village to raise a kid.
Correct.
So for example, me and my husband today, we are all busy. And can we find, for example, my mother-in-law or my parents to help us or not? Yeah. So that is a problem. So whether you can have enough help from other people, from your relatives, from your family members, yeah, that's a huge consideration. Whether you should have kids as well.
How about you? Were you considering the same factors as Midi?
I think pretty much it was like roughly the same. But for me, if it's two things that I have to narrow down at the current times era that we are living in, there's so many things that people just overcomplicate stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, I like to keep it simple. Either yes or no, need or don't need, and every single decision of my, even if in life also, I really based on that particular factor. So if it's two factors that I have to narrow down, it would be one most important, I think, is finance. Second is your mindset, your mentality. Because I feel some people, they just want to be parents. They want to be parents. They want to have a baby and everything. But the real work comes in is that, are you willing to wake up 2 a.m., 3 a.m., for every single feed of his? And this goes out to dads especially. Like for me, because I'm whatever I'm saying is from a dad's point of view. When this happens, they always say, oh, it's always for the wife. It's always the wife. But I feel that dads also play an important major role in ensuring that your wife is morally stable, is emotionally stable, and also mentally stable as well.
Can you
So
say it louder?
morally,
Midi, you need help?
emotionally and mentally stable. So for me as a guy, okay, you have to be the one to set foot everything. You are the base foundation. So I really set that upon myself, even before becoming a dad. And secondly, I think is the finance wise. You have to be realistic. It's really, really something that I think now at the current age, a lot of people like, the wife also has to help out, with the finance and everything. But I think for myself, culturally, and I think based on religion wise and you, the guy, that has to be the one, be the sole provider. If your wife can help out, that's a good thing. That's a bonus for you.
Say it even louder.
It's a bonus.
Okay, I'm not trying to spoil the market here or what sort, but this is just me. Again, I think everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but this is me. This is me solely. Like I
Only
feel,
him, not your family.
Yeah. Before you guys actually say anything about me, I just gotta protect myself.
Say you spoil market, but okay lah. I mean, come think of it, it's very nice, if the husband is really willing to put in like that much effort, because then I can be a mum with no worries.
Yeah, of course.
So
I
Pam,
think-
are you ready?
I'm feeling very inspired, but I won't have 5 lah. Not yet lah.
11 lah.
Not yet. Not 11 lah. I will start with 1 or 2
One.
first.
Only minus
Yeah.
1.
1 or 2.
I start with 1 or 2 first lah.
Okay, yeah. You
Let's
should.
see
You
how it
should.
goes.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited, Not because I get to dress them up for Hari Raya and all that, but because I can't wait to impart what my mom has brought down to me. Then like another human being gets to experience that love also. And also because my child will then, Chinese New Year, Hari Raya get 2 ang pao.
Wow.
Will you save for them or will you take for yourself?
I help you keep in the bank.
Her bank first.
I help you keep in the bank, but I never tell you which bank. Yeah.
Alright, so hopefully our viewers have learned a lot from our guest today about the family of topic. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Once again, this is our podcast from BloomrPulse, and we hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.